Hi, everyone. This is Raina Carrillo with Purpose and Passion. Today, I have an amazing bomb Latina that is a lawyer. Her name is Gina Zapanta. And let me tell you, she is amazing. I followed her on social media because I love to follow inspiring women that can bring something to the table on purpose and passion because it's about educating, empowering, and teaching awareness. So today I have Gina in the building. Hey, Gina. I'm blessed and I'm so grateful that you're here. Gratitude today.
Yes. Right.
And
Happy to be here.
yes. And so I want you to kind of take our viewers down back memory lane. Like, where are your family from? Where were you born and raised?
So I was born and raised in East LA, born in Monterey
Alright,
Park, Monterey
yes.
Park Hospital, which is still there, and spent most of my upbringing in Whittier area, and now live in Sherman Oaks.
Yeah. So how did it how like when you were in high school or in elementary or junior high, you know how they always ask a big question, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Mhm.
You know, what was your dream?
To be an astronaut.
Wow, mine was to be a ballerina or a president.
You see? Yeah, that was it for me.
Yes. Oh my
I was
gosh.
obsessed with astronomy. Obsessed.
Wow.
Just so obsessed. And I was
Yes.
also obsessed with Michael Jackson. So
Yeah.
I was
Everybody
I was
loves.
kind of an out. That was very
Yes,
normal. The
yes,
astronomy part,
yes.
not so normal. But
Yeah.
I
I
loved
love
it.
astronomy. I passed it with an A in college, so I love
Yeah.
astrology in general. I love about the planet, the world.
Mhm, mhm.
Like it's bigger than just Earth.
Oh, it's so good.
Wow.
It's so good.
So when, how did it come about you going into law school? Like where did that epiphany happen?
So it was I was at USC for college, and
Mhm.
I did take up astronomy
Yes.
as in my undergrad. But I quickly realized that you have to be really good at math and science to
Mhm.
be in astronomy and physics.
Yes.
And as much as I loved it, I realized I didn't have what it took to do that. And I also realized I didn't have, I don't want to make it work
Yes.
enough. It was very hard for me, math and science, but I loved it. So that's when I pivoted and I went to major in international relations,
Okay.
one of my majors at USC. And right before graduation, I spoke with the dean of the International Relations School and I said, what should I do next? Like, I'm not going to be a doctor. My dad was a
Yes.
physician. I'm not going to go that route, but I really don't have a calling. The astronomy thing is not going to happen. But what do I do? And he said, why don't you try law school? And it was just on a whim. And I said, law school? It was literally
Wow.
just him saying it in passing. He said, yeah, another student was in a similar situation and she went to law school. So then I applied to law school. I took the LSAT, LSAT, applied
Yes.
to law school, and got in.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, I will tell you this. The event that you invited me to was amazing. It was the
Thank
first
you.
event I've been around with all Latina lawyers,
Power.
even judges.
Power.
Yes, I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I just want to, thank you personally on purpose and passion for giving me the opportunity to be in a room that I normally wouldn't be in because my field is gang intervention,
Well, that's my whole game in life is to get people
Yes.
in spaces that they aren't typically in and are not
Yes.
supposed to in quotes, be
Yes.
in.
Oh my God.
That's it.
Well, I love the way that you spoke your message, having your daughters there with you,
Mhm.
as the platform, because, our children are our legacy,
That's it.
definitely our legacy. So talking about law, how, what was the next step after you graduated from law school and became a lawyer? How did you become an independent Latina, like a strong woman on your own in your business?
So when I graduated law school, I didn't want to be a typical lawyer.
Yes.
So this is, I think, it's a road less traveled journey, but this is where the start of my independence came from, and I didn't know that was happening. But graduate from law school, and I realized in law school I didn't want to be the traditional lawyer that sits in an office or that goes to court or that does criminal or immigration. I didn't want to do what I had seen others do, that they're just the lawyer in a suit that does paperwork.
Yes.
Just something about it didn't speak to me. So I became a personal assistant for a billionaire.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I literally, I forgot what the platform was, but there was some job seeking platform. I put my
Yes.
resume on it. And it got selected by the chief of staff for this private equity billionaire in Beverly Hills. And so I became the personal assistant, right? I graduate of the law school. I hadn't taken the bar yet. And I did that for about 3 years. And I was a PA, personal assistant, a gopher running around.
But learning in the process.
I was in a billionaire's world.
Yes.
I was serving and working in that world.
Yes.
But what an insight. What a window of opportunity to see how the other side really lives, to see how things are done, to see the insight and concentration and determination and perseverance that it takes. And what it can do to your life too, to have that kind of money and influence and power, the good and the bad.
Yes,
and I think I learned way more about the bad side of it in that position.
Yes.
Not myself, but seeing it.
Yes, because it could be drugs too.
100%. Money, drugs, whatever it is, it influences you and tempts you. But I saw that, and after about 3 years, I said, okay, I'm not the billionaire. And at this point, I had passed the bar, so I'm fully a lawyer.
Wow.
And I go to the billionaire employer of mine, and I say, I'd like to stay as in-house counsel, learning from your current lawyer and staying in the legal department. He said, no, I'd rather you stay as my PA. Which, double-edged sword. Thank you for trusting me, and thank you for wanting me to be your right hand.
Yeah, because everybody needs that right hand.
And he had gone through about 10 different PAs in my 3 years there. So I said, thank you, but no thank you. I'm now overqualified. And at this point, I said, okay, only I'm going to determine what my worth is. Yes. If I don't speak up and say, this is what I want, they're not going to give it to me. When you run a business, it's all about the bottom line, keeping the overhead low. So if they could keep me working at a lower price point, they're going to do it.
Yes.
Not that they didn't like me. It's business. Now I know that. But at the time, how can they not pay me more? And I want to do more and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's when I started brainstorming and I saw an opportunity to work for my dad, who was an orthopedic surgeon in East LA.
That is amazing. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So what law are you in the field? Like which field?
So currently, when I left that job, I did not go into law. Again, I started a business for my dad and his group of surgeons doing, they call it medical lien work, where doctors treat injured people who have been injured in accidents through no fault of their own.
Yes.
But they have a lawyer, but they need medical treatment. I created a company that accepted lien business for the doctors. So I was the liaison. So the doctors could be doctors. I could filter the legal cases in. So I was using my legal degree, but kind of not.
Yes.
Anyway, so that's what I did then. But now currently, that was many years ago, but now I have ZA Lawyers. I'm the co-founder of a workers' compensation law firm here in California and in Louisiana.
Yay!
Expansion.
That's where my family's from. Yes. What part of Louisiana?
Go Tigers. Covington, an hour north of the city of New Orleans.
Yeah, well, my family are from New Iberia.
Oh, yeah.
Next to Avery Island, right there. The Broussards and Deruins.
Yes, Broussards. We know Broussards. We have a home there, so we go there. We have 2 lawyers there now. We have 10 cases in the firm.
Oh, my
gosh. It's
gosh.
phenomenal to start over. Yes. Or not over, but to start anew because we are thriving here in California. But what an opportunity to expand and to grow and to go through the ups and the downs, which is where we learn the most, what is not working for our growth. And so that's where we are there. But at the same time, steering this massive ship of 2 law firms. My husband has one as well. And just reaching to the highest heights that beyond my imagination. That's what we're doing.
Yes. As a mother and as a wife, how do you balance yourself? Because we're talking about delegating today and how I got kind of freaked out earlier this morning. And as a Capricorn, I am kind of like a person that's kind of always in control. Like I'm scared to let it go because I feel like people are just not going to do what I usually do, right? I do everything right in some kind of formal way.
Yes.
But today with the scare of my son, and I delegate, like telling my husband I have to attend this, this filming, and can you please take Franco to urgent care?
And it's getting done.
Yes, it is.
And you're being the best mom because of it.
Yes. And
you don't need to be there.
Yeah.
You don't physically need to be there. Is the baby taken care of?
Yes.
Is he loved?
Yes.
Is he around medical professionals?
Yes.
Are you doing the best for him?
Yes.
Best mom award goes
I
to you.
know. Thank you,
So
Gina.
you're all in your head feeling guilty. 'Cause that's not real.
Yes.
It's not real.
I was. So how do you delegate?
Come on.
Gina.
This is turning
How do-
into a therapy session.
Yes, it is. So
Good, we need
how
it.
do you delegate?
I just say I'm going to delegate, just
Yeah.
like you did this morning. I do
Yes.
exactly what you just did this morning. So you
Wow.
already know how. This is not a
Yes.
secret. There's no magic potion. There's no,
Yes.
if some, the successful people have this secret that you don't. No, it's called deciding, moving on that decision, and owning that decision.
Yes.
Period. End of discussion. I don't care
Yes.
where you come from, who you are, what you do, what you don't do.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Oh
Do
my
it or not.
gosh.
And don't cry about it when you do. Like,
Yes.
stop whining. I say that with love.
I know you do.
You know I mean it.
Today is tough love because
You need
this
it.
morning you were talking about, oh my gosh, hold on, fasting. And
Oh.
so explain to the viewers, including myself, about fasting.
Intermittent fasting is life.
Please explain to
health.
me. Break that down.
Okay, so I wanted to, about 2 years ago, I was at a point where I was working out, I was eating healthy, and I was doing everything, but I just could not get certain weight off my body. So,
Yes.
the like blubber part.
Yes.
It was my waist that was a problem, and I couldn't figure out what to do. And so I thought, well, maybe we do plastic surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So why not? I am no judge of anyone. If that's what you want to do to feel better,
Yes.
do it. So I went to a friend of mine who is a plastic surgeon, and I said, what can I do? If I don't have to do surgery, I won't, but what do I do to just get rid of this? I'm relatively healthy.
Yeah.
He says, try intermittent fasting. And he said he'd been doing it for 12 years and he never looked back. And I said, okay, if a plastic surgeon is telling me the solution is to fast. So what is intermittent fasting? Basically, it's you fast, meaning you don't eat solid food for a certain amount of time.
Okay.
You basically take one meal out of your day.
Okay.
Where we were trained to eat 3 meals a day, which,
Mhm.
by the way, I don't know who came up with that rule. Oh, I know. The agriculture and dairy and all those industries have things to sell to us. So we better eat 3 times a day or else we won't grow.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Actually, science shows us that the less you eat as an adult, not as a kid, as an adult, the longer you live. There are regions of the world through their culture or whatever it is that do some form of intermittent fasting.
Yes.
Where they eat less and they have the longest lifespans on record. It's fact.
Wow.
And it's because scientists have looked at this. It's because your body is not constantly processing food, processing.
Yes.
And like a car drives, like a non-electric car drives, there's the exhaust that comes out. It's the byproduct of the car moving. Intermittent fasting allows your body to rest and not continually create the byproduct of processing food.
Wow.
The byproduct goes into our kidneys, our livers, our intestines. It just sits there and becomes toxins.
Yes.
And it goes back to just math and science, which apparently I wasn't good at, but I'm really good at it now. You eat something that has 100 calories in it, and calories really just is the amount of energy in a food. That's the definition of a calorie. A calorie is the amount of energy in a food.
Yes.
If I eat something, let's say a piece of apple, that is 100 calories. If I do not move my body and expend that 100 calories worth of energy, where is that 100 calorie of energy going? To my waist, to my thighs, to my back fat.
Yes.
Where else is it going to go? I'm telling my body, I'm not going to use that energy, so just store it for me. And it's your body's responding as it should to survive the cold winter in the cave.
Yes.
That's what we're doing. So intermittent fasting is you just take a meal out. And for me, I take breakfast out. So I start eating at around 12:30 or 1 p.m. every day. And then I eat between that time and about 5:36, give or take. I eat what I want. I don't believe in dieting. I think that's a filthy word.
I love the way you said that this morning.
That word should be banned from our dictionary.
Yes.
Diet is not life. It is, we don't diet. We eat what we want.
Yes.
Okay. And I do. But I also know if I want to adhere to being as healthy as possible, I'm going to eat clean.
Yes.
I'm not going to drink sodas. I'm not going to have overload on sugars and chips and sodium.
Yes.
People know what to do.
Yeah.
And so that's what I do. And then stop eating dinner at 5:36. Nothing again until the next day. I have water throughout. I have sparkling water, flavored if you want, fine. In the morning, any amount of coffee with non-dairy creamer. Iced coffees help get me through that portion. Like this morning, I was starving, so I started an IG live to distract
Yeah, I
myself.
was on there. I was
Yeah,
like, wow.
to distract myself. Because it's
Yes.
all mind, it's all control, it's all choosing. Like the art of
Yes.
delegating,
Yes.
you choose to do it or not, you choose to fast or not, you
Yeah.
choose to eat that food or not.
Yes.
It's just choice.
Yeah. Talking about choices, the show is about purpose and passion. What is your purpose on this earth?
My purpose is to elevate and open doors for communities that don't have the access or the opportunity, because the system was designed to keep certain populations,
Yes.
certain powerless populations down. It has nothing to do with race or gender or any of that. It comes down to the mentality of feeling that you are powerless.
Yes.
And life is happening to you.
And not
my
for you.
purpose and my passion is to inform and educate that life is happening for you. You have this power. You have this power. You're not defined by these categories.
Yes.
You're not defined by your color, your race, your sex, your love, your gender. I don't care.
Yes.
Don't believe that. Don't believe it. I'm a perfect example of it. I'm
Yes.
a perfect example of that.
I love it. And then your passion. What is your passion on this earth?
Oh, just spreading love,
Oh.
which it is love. What I speak
Yes,
is love.
yes.
It's tough love.
Yeah, it is.
And like education is love. It's imparting whatever I can, whatever seeds I can through whatever I know from my experience to others. People don't want to listen. I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't listen. Flip the channel. I'm going to keep talking.
Yes.
And it's such a passion of mine. I believe in it so much.
You have a strong passion about yourself. You know what I mean?
My light.
Yes. What sign are you?
Cancer, but I don't follow
I know you don't. But you're my first Cancer that I met that is like a
That's
like
why
strong.
it's choice.
Yeah, it is.
It's choice. It's not astrology.
Choice.
It's choice.
Yes. And you know what's interesting too? It's like you do have a light, and you're such this strong woman. Were you born that way, or you had to learn through life to be the strong woman you are today?
We all have it. It's not a secret thing you learn. It's not a secret you have to go through all these trials and tribulations to get. If you hear a message, if you hear this message and you're not happy with what you're doing, fucking change it.
Change it.
And in that you change, you'll start seeing life opening up for you. And within that, the confidence starts building because you start trusting yourself now. Because I know, like, I didn't like something. It felt horrible. And I went against the grain and I went against the waves and everything. And I changed it, but it worked out. And then I do it again. And then I do it again. And I do it again. And that just inherently is going to make you confident. And so it's kind of an answer there's no short answer to it. It is just deciding to do it. And owning decisions.
It's like, me, I come from Inglewood and definitely rough around the edges, right? Being an ex-gang member, it was funny how you said that, like, you have to make a decision to make a change. You can't play victim. You can't do this, you can't do that. And a lot of people ask me that question, is like, Raina, how are you with these type of people? And I said, well, what do you mean by these type of people? Well, the people, they're not normally like around us. And I said, well, the thing is that as you grow, you meet amazing people. If you don't network or you don't give people opportunity, you won't grow. You'll still be in the same space.
Like so many people are. Yes. That's why there's only 1%.
Yes.
The 1%ers.
Yes. And so just knowing that you come from East LA, Whittier area, and now you're just like, you're a success story. I talk like that because of nonprofit. I've been in the nonprofit sector since 1999. And success stories are so important when you're working with youth or working with young adults. And just hearing your story is just, to me, is very inspiring, very inspiring. And now I know who you are, where you come from. And it even makes me like love you more. You know what I mean? Because you have this light about you. And it's funny because, like, I'm telling you, in church, we call it the gift of discernment. And, I had that natural gift since I was 5 or 6, and when I saw you on social media, I automatically just like was connected to you. And I'm like, God, why am I connected to this woman? I need to interview her to figure this out. Yeah. And then in the process of trying to connect with you, I meet you here at City Club, and you were just such a light. Like, oh, you guys are running for office?
Get
you
over
guys
here.
can, yeah, you guys can come to this event. And I'm just like, wow.
Mhm.
Me and Bobby walk away. It's like,
What the
man,
hell just happened?
like Bobby was like, you know her? And I said, I don't know her personally until right now. I said,
Yeah.
but I follow her on social media. It's
Mhm.
she's so inspiring just to see a strong woman, a Latina, a mother, a wife, and a community leader
Yep.
in your own right.
Of course.
Because you speak life into people. Like today, you have your Wednesday lunching with amazing women.
Yes.
That's important to have a tribe.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And a mentor in your
Mhm,
life,
mhm.
and to be able to give back to the mentees, to let them know, like, how to come out that rut, how to delegate, how to
Yes.
take care of something.
Own their power.
Man,
How to
oh
turn that
my
switch.
gosh.
Literally, it takes a millisecond to change your life.
Yes.
It's
Wow.
not this long. In a year from now, I'll be different. No, how about in the next minute you can
Yeah.
be different? What about that?
Yeah. Yeah, today you kind of shook me up in tough love on
course.
Instagram, where I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying.
We don't use the word
But
try.
it's like, no,
No, you
trying
either do
is
or you don't.
like, yes. And I
You either
remember
do
telling
or you
people,
don't.
for like when I would invite them to events, I'm like, you would say, oh yeah, I'll try to make it.
I
No,
can't
that's a
stand
no.
that response.
That's a no. And they're like, what do you mean? I said, no, because trying,
I won't accept that
yeah,
response.
it's either yes or no.
It's yes or
So
no.
now
I'm trying to lose weight. No, you're either
so
losing
now
weight or
so
you're not.
now I'm like, no, I'm not losing weight, because I keep saying
That's
I'm
it.
trying. So
That's it.
now,
No, you're not.
starting
And that's
today,
okay.
I have
It's
to make that commitment.
accountability.
Yes.
And I don't
Be
care if you
accountable.
choose to lose weight or not. If this is
Yes.
you,
Yes.
I don't care if you do or you don't. I wish you well. I hope it does
Yes,
work
yes,
out.
yes.
Either way, whatever you want, but
Yes.
it's your choice.
Yes,
You're doing it for you.
Wow.
So, and you can start today. But I love that you caught yourself. And you know
Yes.
you're not trying to lose weight.
Yeah, because I just checked my own self right now. I was like, wait a minute. I tell people when I invite them, you're gonna come. Well, I'll try. No,
Nope.
try is a no. It's
I
it's
put
a nice
I
no.
put a red line through their
Yeah.
name when I hear that.
It's a
I'm
nice
like,
no.
they're not coming.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice no. A nice way of saying no. I'll try to make it.
Mm-mm.
No, that's a no.
No.
It's a no. So it's like,
No, these tables and chairs are accounted for.
yeah,
I need an answer.
exactly. Oh my gosh, Gina.
Mhm.
Oh my God. I
I
know we
know.
don't have enough time in the world to
I know we
dig
don't.
deep, but I do want you to share with the viewers something inspiring to motivate our viewers
Mhm.
about procrastination,
Sure.
about power, taking
Mhm.
your own power,
Absolutely.
and how they can find you on social media.
Okay, so at the end of the day, I don't care where you come from. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what money you have or you don't have. I don't care that you're first gen. I don't care that your family is poor. I don't care that you don't have the connections, that you're LGBTQ, that you have some deficit.
Mm-hmm.
You have some mental deficit. You have some, whatever society has labeled us as, because we
Yes.
all have it. Like right now, think if you were to define yourself, think about how do you define yourself? And you will
Yes.
pull from the labels that have been placed upon us
Yes.
through no choice of our own. Through no choice of our own.
Mhm.
So this comes down to choice. So you grab that power, which we all can.
Mhm.
Every single one of us. It's free. It's here. We have it in us. Oh, I'm not as confident as you. That doesn't exist because now you're defining yourself even before I even know you.
Yes.
No, you decide all these categories that label us melt away by choice. And you say, I will go back and get my education. Time is ticking.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, we're all going to die.
Yes.
No one's getting out of this alive. Every day is ticking. What are you doing with your day?
Yes.
We all have 24/7 hours and days in our life, as do I. What are you doing with your time? What are you doing? Whining, sitting there complaining about how you're a victim to society and culture and finance and the government. And okay, well, continue sitting there and let's see how high you soar. Or say, F it. I know this system is set up against me. I know they want to keep me
Yes.
down here festering like a victim. That's what the system wants.
Yes.
No, I'm going to go get my education because your education is your lotto ticket out. You break generational poverty with an education. I don't care what anyone says.
Yes.
And I welcome anyone to come challenge me on that.
I agree.
I am the product of a first generation educated family. I'm only here because of education. And despite your politics, I don't care about them. We are in America where you have access to the best education through loans, through whatever. I don't care. Where there's a will, there's a way. So get out of your own way. Life is not happening to you. You're not a victim. And if you are, stay in your house. I don't want to hear about it. Continue not taking care of yourself. Continue being unhealthy. Stay in that toxic relationship. Spread yourself thin, running around with mommy guilt and not pursuing your dreams, not figuring out who you are. None of us know who we are anyway because we never had a chance to cultivate that because all these labels were pushed on us. You're this, 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 this. These are the boxes you fit in. Now go, you little sheep. Get out of here. And don't complain. So my word to you is look at that. Look at yourself. Analyze what labels do you have? Which ones don't you like? What do you want to be?
I'm a unicorn now. I'm a unicorn.
No labels here. And you won't hear me say Latina anything anymore.
Yes,
I've transitioned from that to realize that in and of itself labels me.
Yes.
No, I'm the best lawyer. I'm the
That's
best
right.
CEO. I'm the best mom. I'm the best wife. I'm the best me. I'm the best whatever the F I want to be next. Not Latina, not a woman of color, not divorced, not remarried, none of that shit matters. It's what I want to do and it's my choice and I will define that.
Wow.
That's
Gina.
all. And you can find me on Instagram at Gina Zapanta, which is GinaZapanta. And then my law firm is ZA Lawyers.
Oh my gosh. You're a fireball.
I sure am.
You're definitely a fireball. Woo! My goodness. Well, I know eventually we're going to have a part 2
Yes.
in my future mayor office in Inglewood.
Yes.
We're going to have a part
Go
2.
vote.
Yes,
Go vote.
November 8th. If you're in Inglewood, vote for Raina Carrillo for mayor of Inglewood. Until then, this is Purpose and Passion signing out. Until then, God bless you.
Glutathione is a big word. It's the body's own master antioxidant. It's a scavenger for free radical, bacteria, and viruses. There are no products in the market with the ingredient NASET. NASET increases the production of glutathione that's in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system, elevate sense of well-being, support muscle strength and endurance, cognitive function, and liver support. It helps with increased energy and blood sugar regulation. Get your bottle of GSH Plus from www.salvationnutra.com.